In Capital News tonight, a hailstorm destroys over 100 houses and leaves 150 people homeless in Songwe. DRC elections results to be released on January 6th. CECAFA competition for people with disabilities to be held in June 2019. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. Let's get started with our last news bulletin for 2018. A hailstorm accompanied by strong winds has swept away over 100 houses, leaving 150 people without residence, as well as with farm harvests, especially maize, cassava, beans and coffee, destroyed. The residents of Utambalila, Nampinzo Ward, Mpozi District in Songwe region asked the government to provide them with aid in form of fast-growing seeds so they can plant harvests that will help them avoid hunger.
The rain started at 4 to 5 with strong winds and then storms. Most of us, we have nowhere to stay. We're calling for simple aid shelters because this village is surrounded by a government reserve. We're calling for a permit to cut trees and roof our houses, although we have a great loss. To our fellow coffee farmers, all the coffee have been destroyed at the farms. We're also calling for seed support to allow us to farm even food crops that will help us not to face hunger in the coming months.
One person who was sleeping in his house has died and other 2 people were injured after a lorry that was carrying 35 tons of cargo went off the road and hit the house in Kolandoto area on the outskirts of Shinyanga on the main road from Shinyanga to Mwanza. Shinyanga Police Commander ACP Simon Haules confirmed the incident which led to the death of James Ndebe, aged 60, who was sleeping in his house. The driver of the lorry, owned by Masunga Jile, a resident of Mwanza, and his conductor, Mabinda Lokapu, rushed to Kolandoto Hospital for treatment and are currently doing well.
My name is Mabinga. We're going to Mwanza. I'm in pain. Please help me.
Alafu nikatoka kuja kukuta gari limelala hapa, watu wanasaidia kubomoa mlango kumtoa dereva. Alafu nikatoka kuja kukuta gari limelala hapa, watu
trying to find their own. I just found this vehicle lying here with people trying to help the driver. They managed and rushed him to the house.
Tulichokuta ni kwamba hii nyumba ilikuwa imelaliwa na hili gari. Kwa hiyo cha kufanya cha kwanza cha muhimu ni kushirikiana pamoja na wananchi hao ili kuweza kunusuru hizi mali zilizokuwepo pamoja na kufanya maokozi ya wale watu tuliowafanya.
The President of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein, has assured citizens of Zanzibar that in 2019, the government is prepared to ensure marine resources bring about economic revolution. Dr. Shein said this at State House in Zanzibar during his New Year's holiday salutations, where he said the government will take deliberate efforts to ensure that the public recognizes the importance of the marine economy and that it will invest more in the tourism sector and ensure the safety of tourists and investors.
Kwa upande wetu Zanzibar tunaanza mwaka huu ukiwa tumejipanga.
In Zanzibar, we're going to begin the new year well prepared to utilize our natural resources, improve our ports, conserve environment, tourism, and expand our trading activities by using the Indian Ocean well, since it is the backbone of our economy in Zanzibar. The government is going to provide our communities with sufficient education on ocean economy and conserving environment for our development.
Tujifunze athari za tukio hili kwa serikali, wizara.
Let us all learn the impact of this incident from the government, ministry, parents, teachers, and students, plus the whole entire country. I want to promise my citizens that all that will be accountable, stern measures shall be taken against.
The number of dead illegal Ethiopian immigrants who were abandoned in a piece of undeveloped land in a Sanga area, Morogoro region, has increased to 14. This comes after 1 out of 4 illegal Ethiopian immigrants whose health was in a very bad way passed away. The number of illegal Ethiopian immigrants who have been admitted at the referral hospital of Morogoro region has increased to 5. In addition, the lorry which abandoned the illegal immigrants has been seized by the police. It was found abandoned in Melela Mlandizi village at Mlali ward, and its driver had disappeared. Regarding the fate of the bodies of the deceased illegal immigrants, the immigration officer for Morogoro region, Safina Muhindi, said that communication is being exchanged between the headquarters of the immigration department and the Ethiopian embassy in order to see what plans can be made to keep the deceased immigrants in a mortuary.
Tumefanikiwa kulikamata gari hilo likiwa limetelekezwa katika kijiji cha Uhamiaji Sifuni wa kwanza. We found 13 bodies piled at one place, with others in bad conditions. When we reached at the scene, there was no any vehicles around. So what we did first was to take the dead bodies to the hospital. There were also 4 people who were badly injured, whom were all.
Kinesi Health Center in Rorya district, which was built to provide medical services to 2 villages, is now being forced to serve residents of over 21 villages, while it has only 1 doctor, a move that has led to significant challenges to people who go to the center seeking medical treatment. When speaking in front of the Deputy Minister of State in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Local Government, the residents, which include Rorya MP Lamek Iro, said that due to the significant number of patients at the center, they asked the government to look into increasing buildings, doctors as well as nurses to resolve it.
Miradi John Waitara. There is need for maternity ward, male ward, and pediatric ward. We are urging the government that once the center will be complete, to also consider the left-out wards in order to cater for the whole society and provide good services. We are grateful to our president.
Residents of some wards of Arumeru district in Arusha region have begun to benefit from conservation of water resources, which have begun to draw tourists and researchers from outside the country.
Security at the rivers, because people are dumping waste at the rivers. Most of the environment around here is dirty.
Sisi tunafaidika na watalii kutokana na mazingira.
We are benefiting from tourists because of this environment. As youth, we want to empower ourselves in making cultural items that will be good as souvenirs for tourists to buy for themselves and their loved ones to their home countries, which will allow us to earn income.
Farmers of Chemchem village in Moshi district, Kilimanjaro region, have asked the regional commissioner to go to the village to witness how livestock such as cows, goats and sheep attack their harvests and to oversee implementation of his directives, which have not yet been implemented.
At night, they graze their cattle at our farms. My call is for the government. At night, they graze their cattle at our farms. My call is for the government to help us. I am optimistic that I am optimistic that this farm belongs to a rich man and previous leaders. That is why our grievance is not addressed. What we are urging right now is every leader to come and witness the destructions done.
The police force has imposed a ban on the burning of tires on the roads, and it is given just 5 minutes for the explosion of fireworks, with the permission to do so during New Year festivities. At the same time, the police force promised that it would use force against all those people caught engaging in violations of the law and in the explosion of fireworks without permits from the police.
Milipuko yoyote haitaruhusiwa.
Any kind of explosives are not allowed, only for those who have asked permission from the police headquarters to display fireworks. Any kind of explosives are not allowed, only for those who have asked permission from the police headquarters to display fireworks. The fireworks that have been allowed are the light ones and not with heavy noises that might cause fear. And anybody who shall do that will be going against the directives that have been provided. Moreover, there shall be inspectors in all 5-star hotels which might have guests who have the culture of displaying fireworks at New Year's Eve to ensure that the kind of fireworks that they have are to our standards. According to the permits given, the fireworks will be allowed to be used.
Kwanza naweza nikasema kwamba huu mwaka umekuwa mafanikio makubwa sana. Nimshukuru sana.
All I can say is that 2018 has been a successful year, and all pledges made by President Magufuli have been accomplished, which influences us citizens that we have truly got a president who is really a hard worker, patriotic. For example, the standard gauge is, all I can say is that 2018 has been a successful year, and all pledges made by President Magufuli have been accomplished.
Tanzania Food and Drugs Authority, TFDA, has named regions Mbeya, Njombe and Tabora as being the ones leading in the country with the sale of banned cosmetics which contain poisonous substances. The sale of the banned cosmetics is highest in these regions because there are lots of supplies of such products which are brought into the regions mentioned from neighboring countries. These remarks were made by the Deputy Director General of TFDA, Adam Fimbo, while he was providing details concerning 3 years of implementation of TFDA's work of regulating the quality and safety of products under the 5th phase government.
There is still a problem of banned cosmetics are still found around the country, although we are conducting inspections and destroying these products once we catch them in the markets. It is a sustainable operation. That is why we're working with citizens. There is still a problem of banned cosmetics are still found around the country, although we are conducting inspections.
That is all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, counting of votes is going on with official results expected to be released on January the 6th, which is in just 1 week.
There was a lot of people at the center, but at this time, I believe at Western part, people must have started. There was a lot of people at the center, but at this time, I believe at Western part, people must have started to decrease at the queues. They have told us to return home and wait for the results on radio. But others, we have not voted yet.
The commander of the land forces in Uganda, Brigadier Peter Elwelu, has said that Ugandan forces will begin to be removed from Somalia and returned back home, emphasizing that they have successfully completed a joint operation to destroy terrorist group Al-Shabaab.
Surely, everybody is now here.
I can only say that we have fulfilled our responsibilities.
Surely,
I can only say that we have
here.
fulfilled our responsibilities.
A few days after President Uhuru Kenyatta admitted that those involved in misappropriation of public funds in Kenya will be dealt with legally. The efforts have hit a blockade after the High Court in Kenya temporarily halted procedures to process charges on the attorney and member of JSC for the theft of 89 million Kenyan shillings when working as a lawyer for Mumia's sugar company.
Our client will want to decline the charges sent to this court by the Director of Public Prosecution because we have the feeling that the DPP has no legal authority to lay charges against our client.
The written submissions to the petition.
I am directing to withdraw all charges. I am directing to withdraw all charges the accused and calling on the accused to write and submit petition in the next 14 days. The Director of Public Prosecution is also not allowed to accuse the accused.
That is all for international news. Sports news is next, but we do apologize for some of the technical difficulty we've been having. Do stay with us. We'll be back with sports.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip hop, a hip it, the hip it, the hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And in sports news, Tanzania is expected to prepare the first CECAFA football competition for people with disabilities in June of next year, with the new CECAFA president from Rwanda pledging to convince the president to sponsor these competitions.
CECAFA itajengwa na sisi wenyewe, na sisi wenyewe, iye, ni sisi wenyewe, iye.
Na sisi tunajivunia kwamba sasa tumepeleka mpira wetu katika level nyingine.
We are also proud that
sasa
we have
wadau waanze
took our sports
kujiandaa
to another
kwa maana ya
level.
kushirikiana na
All we
sisi.
want right now is for stakeholders to come forward and cooperate with us in making this opportunity come true. We're going to have a great meeting since we are going to meet our fellows from other 11 countries.
Tabora Region Boxing Association is intent on raising the game, which was lagging in the region as of 2019, with the aim of enabling talented youth to increase their opportunities to represent the region nationally as well as in international competitions.
Wameshaujua mchezo sababu nashukuru sasa hivi tumeshakuwa kitu kingine kiko Kigamboni na Tanga pia inaendelea, lakini pia tunatarajia pia Mwenyezi Mungu akipenda tuna kitu kingine tunafungua hapo Msasani na mambo yakienda vizuri inawezekana mwakani tayari kitu kimekamilika. Sasa kwa maandalizi hayo tunafikiri bado tuna nafasi kubwa ya kufanya vizuri kwenye mashindano ya kimataifa, lakini pia kuwakilisha Tanzania.
Tanzania Sailing Association has expressed pride for being able to represent the country internationally many times in 2018, while they expect to add another training center so as to increase the number of children learning about the sport. Tennis greats Roger Federer and Serena Williams will meet on the court for the first time at the Hopman Cup on Tuesday when Switzerland faces the USA in Perth. They will play in men's and women's singles before meeting in the mixed doubles alongside partners Belinda Benisc and Frances Tiafoe. Federer and Williams, both 37, have won a combined 43 Grand Slam titles. The match has been described as the most anticipated contest involving a male and female player since the Battle of the Sexes in 1973. And that sports item ends our news bulletin. The Executive Chairman of IPP Group of Companies, Dr. Reginald Mengi, the Managing Director of ITV Capital TV Radio 1 and Capital Radio Joyce Mhavile, as well as all of our staff, want to wish you a very happy New Year. Thank you for watching and have a safe and good night.